Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Our 24-hour marathon will start on Sunday, April 16th.
Now, is that a running marathon?
It will run on, but we will be sitting. It will include over 50 comedians. To get info on the marathon and to get the super secret exclusive 25th hour, you have to go to keithandthegirl.com/marathon. The 25th hour is only available during pre-sale, which is happening right now, along with other discounted prices, including the annual stand-up taping that I do. Go to keithandthegirl.com/marathon. All right, today's guest from Comedy Central's Roast Battle, one of these evil people. Bridgetown Comedy Festival, Boston Comedy Festival, UCB's Whiplash, Wyatt Sinek's Night Train. Dina Hashem, how you doing?
Hello.
Dina, no,
Look at that hello.
Hello, I just saw you literally murder people, because that's what you have to do for stand-up nowadays. It's not enough to tell jokes. You got to be naked or make someone cry.
It is a lot when you see people like Dina or Christy Cello, where she's like, hi, it's so good to be here.
Right.
This is so great.
It's an amazing impression.
Thank you.
Wow.
Especially when you do it, like you go against, who was the
You went
last?
against Aaron Berg, who's like a muscly, big,
Monster.
giant.
He's a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
He's definitely very alpha male, and to beat him and send him home crying must be an extra joy.
It is nice. It does feel good. I feel like that's sort of an advantage because it's like being the underdog, and we think people like that.
Do you remember offhand that prostitution joke you did of him?
Sure.
Can I hear it again? just so people understand what you do.
I also, as you're thinking about it, I was also very impressed with her because a lot of people go up with notes, which I'm really, really okay with because you have to write the thing, really quick and you're going up against someone you're not practiced with your jokes. You're telling it for the first time. She had everything memorized and was like really chill on stage. And I've seen people who have been through this studio lots of times who are regulars on stage and they're shaking.
I think it's because I seem like very like I'm on heroin a lot. Like I'm very like chill. It seems like I'm calm, but inside I'm just panicking. So but thank you.
What did you say to him about
I said before Aaron pursued his dream of doing shitty crowd work and stupid characters, he used to jerk off on men for cash. And that was the last time he got paid to deliver his own material.
That is so fantastic.
It's so good. And wait, did he jerk off on people too?
Yes, that's what he told me.
Excellent. I'm glad he told you.
So you guys, you meet up sometimes with these people you're going to go against to find out a little more information about them. What I would do is give things that aren't even true, like say your parents were priests, right? Never mind Jewish or Muslim, anything like this. And then when they say a joke like that, go, huh?
Yeah. I had that theory also, but
Right.
I guess it's unsportsmanlike or something like that.
Is it unsportsmanlike
Is that a rule? Come on, it's the roast.
to, after the first line, the setup, act like they're done and go into your joke?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. So anyway, you goofball, just go right into it.
Well, it's easy. I've been cut off a lot, but then
Yeah.
usually people are nice and like, oh, well, not usually, but it happened to me where the person was nice and was like, I'm sorry, you should have finished your joke. And then,
Okay.
but
That's not helpful though, because he ruined your timing already.
Right. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
little
yeah.
girl. Finish your joke.
but the joke still hit, so
Nice.
that was more credit.
So when you hang out with him, with Aaron, for example, and you start finding, first of all, where do you meet up? Who pays?
Well, for this meetup, I actually didn't meet up physically with the first two people I roasted. The only one I
Okay.
physically met up with was Aaron, and we just met at East Phillips. He was doing a spot there, so I met with him there. So,
Okay.
yeah, I never really I never had a conversation with him before. This was like 3 days before the actual thing to be recorded.
It's so funny. They hook them up. You know what I mean? There's so many comedians who know each other. It's funny because I don't know what you guys have in common. Not that you have to have something in common.
I think they just wanted to do the Arab versus Jew.
Oh,
I think
right.
that's what they were going for.
Right.
And he came in costume. Now, he tells you ahead of time, I'm going to be your mother. I'm going to come as this person. I'm going to come as somebody in a big beard. You don't even know who you're roasting.
He was very sneaky. I'll say that. I was at the, and I didn't know him. I didn't know whether he was like a nice guy or anything. Right. So, I mean, off of intuition, I was like, he seems nice. But when we met up, he was asking me for all the facts about me. And I was telling a lot of the Muslim stuff, obviously. Right. And he was saying stuff like, I don't want to do the Muslim route. It's like everyone's done that. I want to attack you from a different angle. So he was pitching it.
Okay,
like,
glad we got together. Yeah, that Muslim stuff. Let's find real shit. How are you at blowjobs?
Right. So, yeah, I think he was throwing me off the trail because, of course, at the actual thing, all he did was Muslim stuff. Yeah. So that was one thing. And then,
Wait, it was almost that it was Jewish versus Muslim, right?
That's exactly how they pitched it. And then when we went on stage, they played the la 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 music. And then, so that's...
Is that the official word for it? La 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 music?
Wait, it's nothing you have ready.
They played that.
Oh my God! Very good ululating.
I have an Arab background. Thank you, thank you. In fact, I think I want to go to an airport with you and see who has more trouble.
Oh,
because your name is Dina Hashem, which is the most Hebrew name I've ever heard in my life.
It means God, right?
Yeah, the name. It means the name of God.
Hashem is like the godliest of God words, right? That you can call God.
But are you allowed to have that name? Like, isn't that blasphemous?
It seems blasphemous. It seems especially insulting as a Muslim to have that name.
Right.
Like,
it's purposeful. You thought I was with you, but...
But your parents never explained that to you? Like, hey...
No. Well, what I've been told my whole life by my father is that our family is like the great, 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 great infinity grand like children of the Prophet Muhammad, which I don't know how you could possibly prove that. He says he's got like a document or something.
He says he has a document.
Yeah, really? Because you can't have a picture of Muhammad, but he has a document.
I have no idea how you could, I don't know.
Do you still talk to your dad?
Yeah. We're in contact.
Through your stand-up, I know he left early.
Yes, my parents divorced when I was like 5 or 6, I guess. He moved to Kuwait immediately, so he's visited like a few times throughout my childhood and stuff.
Okay, is it estranged or just strange?
No, not estranged. It's bizarre. Like I never really carried any like. I never felt anything toward the divorce. It almost seemed like normal that he wasn't there, so it was never any.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't around as well.
Yeah, he was not.
And then when he says to you, you know what, we're going to reunite in heaven. I know that you say something to the effect of, we can't even reunite in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Right.
Yeah. No, he's visited probably like 6 times from being a child to like college. So.
Did you visit Kuwait?
No, I've met up with him in Egypt because his sister lives there. So me and my brother went one summer when I was like in high school, I guess, to visit him in Egypt. I'd never been to Kuwait.
Do you like Egypt?
I did like it. It's bizarre being a light-skinned woman there who's not totally covered up because you get looks. Like we were in Cairo mostly, which is very religious.
Right. Did you not cover up?
Well, I covered up what I thought was appropriate. I was wearing like long shirts, sleeves. Long skirts. I didn't wear like a hijab or anything, but still, just the looks.
It is weird to say to them, it's okay, I don't have to.
Right, yeah.
You didn't think to wear it, the hijab?
I would wear it. If I'm over there, I would wear it. I don't know the rules. I don't know who's going to misunderstand something.
Well, you wore, when we went to Jerusalem, you wore a yarmulke and whatever appropriate things to visit the Wailing Wall.
I wore 2 yarmulkes. Actually, I think I was in a Poison Band t-shirt cutoff, but I had the yarmulke, and I know about respect.
You'd have to wear the man gowns that they wear.
What kind of trouble can you get into? Is it just looks?
I mean, if I was alone, if I was not with my like dad or brother, I have no idea what could happen. I don't know if I really don't know if it could get.
You didn't look it up. What do you mean you don't know? You visited your dad.
Yeah.
You went with your brother. It's Egypt. You know you have to wear certain things, but you don't look up what else you have to wear, how much trouble you can get into.
Yeah, when I was in Israel.
Your last name's Hashem.
Well, I'm around Chemda. I'm around Chemda's brothers. These people could tell me when to run into a bomb shelter, that kind of thing. You know, it wasn't a free-for-all.
We're experts.
I'm like, that circle sign looks bad.
Mostly we told him how to buy a falafel and he couldn't get it, but it was still...
Yeah, take it and yell. That's how you get. No, I know. Oh, so hungry.
Did you know? Because like Israel is just, I know people see it as, this is where I was born. So people see it as a war zone. Keith was very nervous to go. He sees everything as brown. So there's like a lot of preconceived notions about it.
Yeah.
And
Also people see it because it is all brown. It is a war zone.
But you walk around, it's like any other country.
Yeah, it's any other country except people have machine guns and they're lazy about it. Their shirts untucked. You know,
What? Oh, the soldiers.
the quote soldiers.
Really?
Yeah, it's sloppy and it's odd. Like here in New York, and I know because
Are they off duty?
with
I
a
think
machine
they're
gun
off
hanging.
duty.
Well, let me explain how we do off duty here in America. You don't see me.
Well, I don't know if you were worried about what you were to wear or if you have to leave the house with us, Keith. But
Right.
As a woman going to any one of these like countries, and in Israel, there's only a dress code in Jerusalem by the wall, but you go into the wrong neighborhood in Israel on a Sabbath and you get rocks thrown at you in your car and everything. So things like that. Were you prepared?
I mean, I was too young to really think about that. I guess I was just trusting my dad and my brother. It didn't seem like there was a threat of violence at all. I'm sure, I mean, it's different now. I think it'd probably be, I don't know if it's worse now, but I've heard that their treatment of women is not great these days.
Right. It's not great.
It's just funny because you had to be covered and you're like, well, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, where's the jewelry? I just wanted to buy like a...
Well, they're more forward over there, right? Like I'm asking you, but you have no idea.
Right.
I don't. Egypt is like one of the countries I do want to visit.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I think I would look up just one more thing than you. That's all.
I think it's fine. I think you'd be good.
Do I get
That's my professional opinion. Also, the resort towns are amazing. You could do whatever you want there. Like
Right.
It's full of your tourists. Everyone's naked.
You
so-
just have to get there. Do I get the vibe that you don't know much about where your parents are from, but you don't bother pushing it? This is how it is with my family, and I think I'm getting the same thing from you. Where my dad he would be shocked to hear this, and he thinks that he's explained it. I don't know where we're from, and it's not worth trying to get it out of him.
Totally. I don't know if it's for me. I just don't really have a connection with either of my parents. It's never come up to me for me to like ask. I only just like a week ago found out that my mom actually went to school in Morocco. I just assumed that she was in France forever. I was like, oh, and then I realized her dad is Moroccan, which makes me part Moroccan. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So I don't know.
I just found out they were the main stars in Casablanca. I mean, I just found out.
Yeah, it was never good. Like, my dad wasn't there, and then I just had a horrible relationship with my mom growing up, so we didn't really talk about their lives.
Horrible, huh?
Just super, like, it's like the restriction of Islam plus just my mom already being a super, like, overprotective, devouring sort of mother figure.
There was no Christmas, right?
Well, my mom was a school teacher, so she would bring like the gifts from her students. We would like gather around an electric tree. It wasn't like super like we can't do anything heretic, but we did Christmas just because there's no like real religion attached to it anymore.
Right, and that's a hard one to hide in America.
Yeah, exactly. I have a bit about it. Yeah, it's like Christmas is the thing.
That's funny that your parents let you have Christmas. My parents didn't.
Really?
Yeah, they specifically. I think, if I was raised in Israel where I was born, then I'd be surrounded by my own people, which was very important. But because we moved into like a non-Jewish everything, like it's a non-Jewish country, they were surrounding me with Jews by making me go to a Jewish school and however much Jewish shit possible. Mm-hmm. But I think if we were outside of, I think if we were like inside the Jewish country, then they would just be normal about it.
That makes sense. Yeah, my mom made a point to always like make sure I knew that I was not American or like anyone else, which is a horrible thing to say to a kid. Like you want to belong as a kid, but yeah.
That's basically what we learned in Jew school. Like I was so nervous about how separate I would be from everybody else when I went to public school that I hid my Star of David that I used to wear around my neck. I took it off for my first week of school, and then I realized, I'm in New York. Everyone's a Jew.
Right.
There's that, and also no one gives a fuck about Jews in Queens. Like that's not where they're raising a fist at.
Were you watching like School Ties? Brandon
Yes,
Fraser's hiding. It's like, I understand.
This is gonna be me. I'm
Right.
gonna be fighting people because I'm a Jew. Because
Right.
all you learn is like they hate you. They
Right.
came after you in this period of time, in this period of
No
time, in that
country
period
safe.
of time.
Right.
Yeah. They're all. That's why we have to hold on to Israel because where else can we go?
Right. Did you ever? Do you get the dichotomy of the Middle Eastern mother? They're a literal feeder, but you get fat shamed at the same time. That this happened to Chemda, where it's like, I'm making all the cookies and eat them, but why are you eating them?
Oh, well, it wasn't. It was a very subtle fat shaming. Like my brother would call me fat, and she would be like, "She just needs to get taller."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It'd be that kind of thing. She would never. Yeah, she wouldn't tell me to stop eating.
Tell me if this is an exaggeration. You were talking about your mom and how you got a job at Nickelodeon, and your mom said, "quote What are they feeding you at Nickelodeon? Children?"
That is an exaggeration.
Okay, but it comes
So
from
she's
somewhere.
funny.
Right. No, right. But I mean, it had to come from
Well,
somewhere.
it came
You go,
from things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my brother would say things, and she would make comments.
it's like she's giving your brother the things to say. Try this one.
They're just working on her material. If you grow up all nicey, you can't get this shit.
Dude.
Here's another thing. Speaking of the Muslim versus Jew, you know what? Recently, I was reminded that Jews are supposed to hate Muslims, and then it gave me sort of like a flash to my past where that's very true. I remember as a kid, it was constantly, Muslims versus Jews. Like, they're trying to take our country, and they're trying to, they're always against us and things like that. And I completely forgot because I'm not in that world anymore. But now with all the trouble that Trump is doing to, Muslims and whoever looks like a Muslim, sounds like a Muslim, whatever it is, there were like Jews for Muslims, and like, look, even the Jews are giving a shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're supposed to hate you guys.
Wait, so you were like just outright taught that in school?
Yeah, I mean, I guess outright, like your mom called you fat.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah,
But pretty much, yeah.
You were taught it.
Yeah, I was taught it. I was taught in blatantly roundabout, like just basically like not only is everybody against us, but Muslims especially.
I see.
Yeah.
I was in a car in Israel, and I'm with the dad, and there's a car accident, and as my dad, as Kenda's dad passes.
Well, not my dad either anymore, right?
Right. If they were talking, it'd still be that. And the dad says, God willing, it's a Muslim. If it's that, it's worth us getting stuck in traffic. And I'm just like, whew, this is some vacation.
Yeah, sort of like the joke is the only way that this would be worthwhile, like this traffic would be worthwhile, is one of those guys died. Because in Israel, it's them against us.
And at the Wailing Wall, which I'm quite sure I have a picture of myself there, you have the Jews and the Arabs, and what should be the most religious place. You would think their God is there. They're all but spitting on each other. I mean, it's a hateful place for it's supposed to be so beautiful.
Well, it's amazing how close you can live next to your, quote, enemy.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange.
Bizarre.
Yeah, and so I can't believe that I forgot all that. But the same thing, like when I forget prayers, when I forget any of the Jewish stuff that I was taught, I'm like, good, fucking delete that from my memory and put in new stuff because it's garbage. Because for the longest time, I didn't understand that all I was getting was the Israeli perspective of the Palestine-Israel shit. And I'm just like, well, they sound like savages.
Right.
And I'm like, of course they sound like savages. Like, of course the other side is thinking the same thing,
Right.
And then I'm just like, maybe I don't know the history of it so well. Maybe I only know one side of it, and I've just, sort of defaulted on this one side of this issue.
But
not that I was like, fuck Muslims, but I was like, well, obviously we deserve the state. But it's like you keep taking it away from each other, and now the Jews are just holding strong, right?
But picture the one side that people know. Something about my parents, don't get them started. So I know the other side can't be too good because I should not get anybody started.
Basically, that's the whole war. It sounds like they got us started.
So your parents, I'm assuming, would put down other religions. Would they put down other races, period?
Well, no, only in the context of me being with a man would they put it down.
Okay.
Like, you could never ever be with a non-Muslim or like any
Right.
like what I mean, my mom mistakenly thought I was dating a Jew in high school, and it was big trouble.
Like, how do you get punished, or you can't go out? Is it physical?
Sort of.
Sort of is yes, by the way.
Well,
I don't want to blow your mind.
I mean, hardly.
She still didn't tell her mom, so hold on.
I wonder if my mom, I'm sure she remembers this, but
by the way, they always remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when my daughter almost lost her whole sanctity of everything. I remember when I almost lost her. It's funny when my parents think of like, oh my God, she might lose her virginity. Like they think of my virginity as me, so they'll lose me.
I hit on a girl in 8th grade, humiliated myself. I still remember that. She might remember half a beating.
My mother remembered when a guy was like, only like once or twice that a guy picked me up at my house, and that's because I'm like, they're Jewish. Let's just bring them over for a second. Like it's the only one I'm allowed to tell my parents about, right? And so he got invited in. Hello. But that's because he had blue eyes, and my parents can't help but be like fucking into the whole Aryan shit, even though, hello, yeah. Yeah.
Good looking's good looking.
They think it's superior. It's so funny how deep your brainwashing goes, you know? So he came in, and like as he's leaving, he just, you know, like you do, you kind of touch the small of the back, like leading the person out. It was nice, but as I felt his hand, it was fine for me, but I'm like, fuck, you had to do that in front of my mother. And I heard about it the next day. Like, don't think I didn't see that he put, and I'm like, this is so shaming. And I'm 15 years old. Like, you don't know what I'm thinking about. And it's not his hand on the fucking small of my back. Okay. Like, I'm having hormonal fucking feelings. Stop treating me like I'm 10.
It's weird though. He touched her lower back and she went. So your mom finds out about this Jewish person. What does she do?
He wasn't even Jewish, so it was a Puerto Rican guy, which imagine if she found that out. But
yeah, there are degrees.
She took my phone and she was like going through every name of every guy in the phone. Oof. And it was
Who is Snake? It's a game, Mom.
This was that was Snake times. Yeah, it was a flip phone.
You're lucky that was a flip phone, because now I bet people are taking their kids' phones and looking through their texts,
Totally.
Which is so embarrassing, because even if you have like, I have all innocent texts in here. Like my husband can read it. It's not a big deal. But if he goes through it, like, totes, that was awesome. Like, come on. Embarrassing.
Yeah, they have that. Have you seen the commercial for the thing that you can put in the car and it like tracks everywhere the kid goes? Have you seen those commercials? Like, if that existed when I was young, like I wouldn't have no life at all, because I was lying up and down just to have a normal life.
Me too, yeah.
And so,
yeah, it's like, yeah, sure, I'm going to sleep over Stacy's house, the person you never met and I actually can't stand, but you're not going to call her because you don't have her number. Meanwhile, I'm at the Palladium.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was deep. I had to tell people, if my mom calls you, here's where I am. Like, say I'm in the bathroom, take a moment, call me so I can call her. Like, it was just,
I'd call your mom back. She thinks you have a real bladder condition tonight. Why'd you tell us all the same story?
You know what's funny? As a parent, if your child's in the bathroom even once when you call someone that she's supposed, let's face it, it's mostly she's supposed to be sleeping over.
Right.
Yeah, what are you shitting? Like the girl who can't shit when we go to your uncle's house. Like now you're in the shitter every single time. Oh, you wanted to take a shower during your sleepover? Yeah, okay. All right, you're unreachable for what? 5 literal minutes in time for your friend to call me and call you back. You don't want to know. And you know what? It's fine that you don't want to know. You're exhausted and you want to tell everybody that you did the right thing. Fine. You live your life. I'll live mine. And I'll let you know the truth if you're ready for it when I'm 50.
So what does she say during
Let me
this?
guess, you can't relate.
When she looks through your phone, does she happen to find any text that...
No, she's just going through my contacts.
Okay.
And she's asking it's so maniacal.
Every Jewish-sounding name?
Every name.
No, she knows Jewish-sounding names are not going to work out because her last name's Hashem.
Not Abraham.
So it was like, who's Mike? Who's Josh? Who's blah, blah, blah. And she
so embarrassing.
Then she went back and was like, now tell me who Gabe is. So she went to Gabe, and I said, he's a guy I work with. She finished the list and went back to Gabe. It's like, why did you go through the rest of the list? You're a psychopath.
That's like the TSA, right? That's what they do in Israel. They like, when you come over there, somebody will interview you while you're in line, or when you get up to the post or anything, they'll ask you a series of questions, then they'll repeat some of them because they're hoping that you either forgot what you're saying or they're it's a tactic. Yeah. Your mother is
oh my God.
is a security expert.
Well, I wasn't scared, but I had camera equipment, and I was without hand on the way back, and so I was interrogated. And I started laughing at the 5th time they asked the same question. Like, do you think this is funny? I'm like, I kind of do.
Oh, man.
Kind of.
Like,
I mean,
you can go American white guy who thinks everything's funny. You're safe.
'Cause I answered you 5 times. Oh, all due respect. All due respect. All due respect.
They do test you, like, he says that he doesn't speak any Hebrew, so they'll just start casually speaking Hebrew.
Yeah, they did that. And that's another time when I burst out laughing. Like, do you speak Hebrew? No. He's like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know.
Weird.
But you know what? I know that can work because we experimented while we were in Israel, and I got really sick of the treatment that I was getting when I spoke Hebrew because they're just like, oh, you're one of us, go fuck yourself. Because they're very, like, they speak very aggressively to each other, and they like it that way. Great. But I got tired of it because I actually don't know the country very well, but I speak Hebrew well enough that they get confused. And then I look like a moron when I'm like, how do you use this payphone in Hebrew? Bad question because that's strange.
You type in the numbers backwards.
So I was like, today I'm just speaking English. Maybe we'll get treated different. First of all, yes, we did. And second,
a lot nicer.
A lot nicer. Yeah, because they're more accommodating. It's like, number one, I don't want to deal with you. So here's the things that you need to move your life forward and to stop asking me questions. But number two, I had to be careful because when you speak the language, you automatically perk up when somebody's speaking it. So he would have been able to tell that you're lying.
Right.
I had to really hold back because you understand someone. And I notice I do that like on the bus. If I hear Hebrew, I know I could speak it and I have to watch out, like perking up. Somebody who glances over at you, you know who speaks your language or not. Wow, so it's very interesting. Right?
They said, I still can't believe that we put that schnitzel up our asshole. And we got to act like we don't know what that means.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to get called out.
So. Ooh, I wonder if he was telling you jokes in Hebrew and if you laugh. Oh, and then you laughed.
Oh. That's deep.
Right. He's like, wait a second.
I'm never going to Israel. I'll just pass out.
Right. And then I would start, and I have a notepad. I start writing in it. He comes over. I close. He's like, you're not writing this down, are you? I'm like, sounds like you can't check. No. Otherwise, you would have just grabbed it, right?
What's funny is my parents also, like, I don't know if that experience or experiences like it made you feel weird about when they went through your phone and started naming the boys in your list, because you're already at an age when people mention guys or guys' names, you're like already embarrassed, like preemptively. But when your parents always mention it, it like becomes a thing. So I don't know if this is similar. My friends would speak openly about like, oh, he's cute, or that guy said something to me, and it would be in like the back of my parents' car. You know, my mom's driving, and I would be like, oh my God, I'm gonna hear about all of this, and I would just quiet down. They would ask me like, what do you think of the guy? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't see men. I don't. I thought it was a girl. That's why I talked to him. I don't fucking know. Everybody, how do I end this? We'll get to the movie theater in 10 minutes. She'll drop us off. Leave me alone. And then the next day, it's like, who's this guy? Who's that guy? Were you talking to him? Does he like you? Do you like him?
I had a system. I'm telling you, I had everything down. Everyone I knew not to mention boys' names in front of my mom. Or
I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay like where my life is normal.
I understand.
You know?
Yeah. Luckily, I had friends who all were also kids of immigrants, so they kind of got it. They weren't crazy like my mom. Well, one of them was, which I'm thankful for. But it was like, yeah, you say we had code names for all the boys we wanted to talk about. It was so it was all of that.
I'd love to know these code names.
Betsy.
Yeah, it was the first name, the first letter, and then just a girl's name. But I should mention I was like 19, this Jewish guy thing. So I was a full-blown adult when this was happening.
That's another thing, is you're never a full-blown adult.
Yeah.
At 20, and I was close to my 21st birthday, I was like, all right, I'm moving out. Like, this is enough. I've been wanting to move out. I know that you find shame in this, you know, but we are in America, and I'm leaving. And they're like, oh, it's too soon. How will you ever get married? What will we explain to our friends? Like,
Right.
Wow. And so...
Well, I don't want to keep them up all night, Mom. So pick somebody out. I'll marry him. I definitely don't want the neighbors we don't talk to and that you talk behind their back. Disgusted.
What's the big deal? I'll just marry whoever, right? Marriage isn't such a big deal. But yeah, they were like, my mother took me to therapy, and it turns out it was just to convince me not to move out. And as soon as I said, okay, but I put the deposit on the place, she canceled therapy because that wasn't working out.
Wait, did she collude with the therapist to try to...
She wishes. She wishes, but, you know, what she liked about him is he was also an immigrant and he had a little bit of an accent, but he wasn't from her place. He was from India. So he had some of that, which I believe was helpful. But all I saw him doing was just sitting in the middle of our arguments and not helping out. Like, you should go, one of you is right, or at least. Or
did you hear the other person?
Yeah. And it was just the same argument, and we'd leave there distraught and then pretend nothing's happening until the next week where I'm like fucking crying my eyes out. Because at the age of 20, I'm thinking about moving out.
Right.
They didn't even let me go to college. My mother called it sleepaway college because that's what she thought. They didn't let me go to like college that was away.
Me too. No,
oh my God.
My life fell apart for like months because my whole life it was just like, I'm going to do really good in school. I'm going to go to a really good college as far away from as possible from here. And then once I graduated high school, I was like, what, are you serious? No, we're not. You're not going. And it didn't even occur to me. I was so crushed. It didn't occur to me to like apply to schools and just try to get
me too
a scholarship because, well, it just happened that Rutgers gave me a scholarship anyway. So I was like, well, I guess at least I won't be financially responsible on my family. I'll just go to Rutgers. I won't have to worry about money or anything.
Which is Jersey next to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Being a comedian, there's nothing modest about it. Does this bother her, especially your sense of humor? Does she know nothing?
Well, for the first few years,
does she tell herself you're just a prostitute?
Well, no, she would just think it's a hobby. She would insist, this is just a hobby, but you're going to be whatever you're going to be.
Right.
Which is like whatever you're going to be. She doesn't talk about anything else, but there's something.
Yeah, I wasn't on Dr. Central. I was on Comedy Central, but it's a hobby.
Well, for her now that she like sort of sees that it's like, serious, I know I showed her this, the Comedy Central thing. It's minor, but for her, I think she just wants me to have money and success. So whatever form that comes in, if it happens to be in comedy, she'll be happy.
That's so funny. They want you to have money and success, but don't go to the colleges that you want and stay home because that's the only way to keep your virginity, your honor, your modesty, whatever.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Logic.
Does she say to you, you know what, just marry somebody? Who gives a shit anymore? This is getting ridiculous.
Although I think it's getting to that because she will ask me often now, like, what are you going to do? Are you getting married? Or are you seeing anyone? And of course, I will never tell her that will she listen to this? Is there a way? Well, it's fine, but I'm dating someone who is non-Muslim, but I feel like it's getting closer to the point where I could be like, listen, I'm still a Muslim. He's not, but it's fine, and she might be accepting of that. My dad never ever will. He'll disown me for sure.
But that ship sailed.
Yeah, it's like
the guy that left when I was 6 might disown me now that I'm an adult.
How old are you?
27.
Okay, I could tell you. Yeah, you can fade them out.
Yeah.
Because there are degrees, and I hate to mention who's in what degree, but there's the white guy that you can date, right? Which I assume is a little bit better than maybe other races if you're going to go anti-Muslim.
Yeah.
And then there's, the other races, and then there's the other sexes. So, the key is to go really, quote, fucked up on their radar, and then, scale back to just all he is a non-Muslim.
Interesting.
They will say things like, at least he's not ba-ba-ba.
A literal dog.
Interesting, yeah. Well, the funny thing is when my mom found out about the guy that I was dating, she wouldn't tell my brother because this is how nuts she was. She thought he was going to like throw rocks at me or something. It's like he's American. Like he's Muslim, but he's not, And so I didn't know. I needed him to be on my side basically because he would always take my mom's side in every argument. But
that's some shit. What's the age difference there?
5 years. He's older.
That's just odd.
That's got to stop.
That's just odd.
It's not because he had a different upbringing than she did, and the separation could easily happen. My brothers happen to be on my side, but that's not always the case. A lot of times, especially if you have male siblings as a female, they'll take the parent's side because they think that they're protecting you also.
But this is a boyfriend too, not a brother.
I thought she's talking about her brother.
Oh no, I'm talking about my
Your
brother
brother
who would always take my mom's side.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I follow. But that is weird too, though, however.
It's not necessary. There's already enough people attacking you.
Right.
Siblings should be on the same side, but that's hard to come by.
Yeah, he just didn't get it because he thought I was complaining about nothing. But like I had a free life. He was not restrained from doing anything because he's a dude, and dudes can do what they want in Islam. But but I knew I needed him on my side, so I was like, well, I don't want to tell him that I was in a hotel overnight with a guy.
Right.
Because that's awkward, and because I honestly don't know how I'll react. Maybe he will be mad, and I don't know.
This is recently, right? As a full-grown adult.
This is when I was 19.
Okay. All right.
And so we never talked about anything like serious, like religion or boys or anything like that. So I had literally no idea how he'd react if I told him, like, yeah, I was dating a guy and Mom found out. So in my head, I was like, well, he can't get mad at me if he thinks I'm gay. Like, that's pretty reasonable. He's reasonable enough that he'll know I don't have a choice. It's like that. So I was like, listen, Mom thinks I was at a hotel overnight with a dude, but actually I was there with my gay guy friend because we were talking because I think I might be gay.
Oh my God.
And he just believed me flat out because he was so he had no idea how to deal with it. He was like, okay, that's great. Well, we can't tell Mom.
Or me.
Yeah, don't mention that again.
How long did you keep that up for?
We never talked about it again. He might still think. I don't know.
Anytime he sees me with a guy, he assumes I'm cheating on my girlfriend.
But he's probably pleased now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's figured. I don't know.
Holy shit, that's so funny and not funny and funny and not funny and then not funny again.
Exactly.
Well, your brother that doesn't see the things that you see, did he know that there was violence when it came to you and your mom?
Well, I don't want to say violence. The only point is when this was in the immediate hysteria of her thinking I was dating a Jew. She slapped me, but then it's that's the extent of it. But I don't think
across the face.
I think just my arm or something.
All right.
It's not. It's that's really it.
Was it her knee-jerk reaction?
Yeah.
She just got overwhelmed?
Yeah, I mean, she was saying crazy shit. I have a joke that I sometimes do, but it's so horrifying to people. Where I ran away for an hour because I didn't know what she would do, and then I came back.
How old were you?
This is the same event with the guy, 19.
Okay.
This is all on the same night. She finds out the phone, and then she hits me, and I run.
Did you pack anything?
Yeah, I took my backpack because I had school, so I wanted to make sure I had my homework done.
This is the rebellion that is us. I took my backpack. I had school the next day.
Yeah, my mom was upset at me, and I believed that she really was kicking me out of the house. I was a kid, and so she's telling me start packing. And I pack up a duffel bag of old toys, little remote control car with the wire still connected. It goes forward and back and reverse, right? It can turn in reverse. And so she's like, what are you doing with your toy? How are you going to get to school, by the way? I'm like, well, I'll walk to school. And meanwhile, I'm like, I'm never going to school. I'm living in the gravel pit where I ride my bike all the time. Yeah, what bike? That's my bike. It's like, come on, you're not using it.
You know what's funny is, to me, that's an American argument. Do you know what I mean? To me, only an American mom, and now, this was just my upbringing. So at the time, if I was the same age as you and you told me this, I'm like, yeah, you could say whatever you want to American parents. You could say I'm leaving and pack a bag, and they're just comfortable with that. And we'll have a discussion with you about what you're packed. Get the fuck out of here. First of all, they'll never say you're leaving because where are you going with this fucking vagina of yours? And second, if you say you're leaving, yeah, okay. They have an invisible leash around you where guilt will get you to the corner and right back because, even now, if you watch Dina's face, and I'm sorry to call you out, she's half nervous about all the shit that she's saying. She's 27 years old and she's afraid her mom will listen to this.
Right.
Because that's how deep it runs.
It is crazy.
Yeah. She's far enough from New Jersey right now, but not far enough.
Well, I also partly feel bad because it's such a switch now because she's chilled out so much that this past seems not to even be attached to her because
that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's weird. She's just much chiller now. And
is she smoking weed?
I wish that's something that would be good for her. But
we're working on it. Well, I didn't know that. I'm on your brother's side. Started with that. Let me tell you guys about Vistaprint. Get 500 business cards for $9.99. For example, and keep this in mind, when we say business cards, that's just the size of a card. Valentine's Day comes around, give 500 cards that say I love you, 500 cards that say Mom, I forgive you, this kind of thing.
Mother's Day is coming.
That's right. 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. We use this company. They will make sure that you are 100% satisfied. Even if you did something stupid like I didn't put the right phone number on, they will make sure you are completely happy.
This is really corny, but I really actually like this because we do these Vistaprint mentions. When I see people and I mention or I give them the card or I just hang out with them and I see them for the first time in a while or whatever, they show me their Vistaprint card because they're like, huh? I did it. I used the KATG code. And I'm like, yeah, I love you so much.
Yeah, and it's so inexpensive. and it looks so professional. Visit Vistaprint.com. Get 500 custom business cards for $9.99. Design your custom business cards. Enter code KATG at checkout. That's code KATG. And this is your chance to get that professional look on any budget. Do not wait. Go to Vistaprint.com and order today. These business cards, it doesn't matter what year it is. They don't go out of style. I'll tell you things that do go under style. I just played the old Nintendo the other day. Ooh, that is out of style. Oh, it's horrible. My friend Josh has it, and somebody hacked this they had this mini Nintendo that's hard to get, but somehow he got it. And it has like 30 games, and this guy hacked it, and there's 700 games. It's every game ever made.
That's exciting.
That sounds great.
Nostalgia.
It sounds great, and we are excited. But each game we're playing for literally 5 seconds. Stupid. Next one, stupid. The Hunt for Red October. This isn't like the movie. Stupid. Just one game dumber than the next.
What about like classics that you used to play?
Super Mario is the only tolerable game.
And how long did you play that for?
Well, I didn't because I assume he's probably good at that one, and then I'll just be watching him. So we actually ignored the only good one.
That's funny. But you know what I'm thinking? Like, he got it and he was excited. And I wonder if it's like, when you watch a show, like I'm watching Drop Dead Diva now. Please do not judge me. I just happened to catch it. I wanted to watch something stupid, and there's something about it. I don't know. And so, but then Hennessy comes home, and now he's sitting next to me, and I'm like, okay, I only have 10 minutes of this. Please, like, you have to erase this from your mind. And as soon as he sits down, I'm like, oh my God, every piece of dialogue is fucking garbage. Right. Like, I can't enjoy this. This is terrible. Like, please don't judge me. And I know he doesn't give a shit. He understands, like, where I watch these shows from, but I'm just like, I think I need to turn it off and just watch it, like, the last 5 minutes later. So I wonder if, like, he's inviting you over to the Nintendo game and you're like, ooh, like everything seems slower, like you're running through molasses.
You can't shoot up, and everything's attacking you from up. The Xbox One came out with Atari, and I know they have a physical version too. They came out with all these Atari games, so you can just slide a disc in there, and you're playing these. I was out in 5 seconds. You're playing blackjack, numbers come up. Like, this is the invention of computers, I suppose, but who cares? Grand Theft Auto? You're stealing cars. You're doing all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. You're playing this. It's not even as good as the arcades were, If you're playing Atari Pac-Man, that's not Pac-Man the video game. And it's just ridiculous. And I was like, what a shame. It's a trick.
It's a little sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because people take it personally. It's like your childhood just went down the drain. It's like you got It's like you call your child your child time stupid. Like, I used to like this. What a dummy.
Well, even television now, when they show some old clip and when I say old, 10, 20 years ago, you're like, how did we watch TV? It's almost like it's scrambled. The quality's so terrible. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? There was a hum in the background all the time?
See, but I hated, I always loved watching TV, and I never was allowed to watch too much of it until I got older, of course. But I didn't know that people liked certain series like so much, because I always thought like most of TV was just fucking garbage, and we were just tolerating it because everything seemed like the sitcom with the same jokes. Like, literally every sitcom was some fat guy or some super hot chick who would never gain 1 pound. And if she gained a pound, they would do a whole episode on it. Like, same goddamn jokes. You're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you always lie to me. And the kids are always like one thing or another. Like, one guy's just stupid and always gets bad grades in TV. One's a nerd and always gets picked on. The girl is always fat, even though she's not. And then you end up, like, knowing she has a disease later because of, like, this show. It's just... And then it turns out people, like, set their time to watch, Three's Company? You had to sit down on Tuesday or whatever fucking day at 8 o'clock and go, yes, I can't wait to watch Three's Company. I wonder what they'll misunderstand today.
Well, I was at my friend's house the other day, and he's one of these people that has the collections, He was a Star Trek fan, so now he has all of Star Trek. And
That's different.
I go, be honest, you don't watch a single episode. He's like, no, but they're there. All 70s shows ever made.
Oh, wow. See, I'm watching Star Trek for the first time.
Yeah, you going to buy the DVDs now and put them on your shelf?
No, and I thought of this. First of all, Star Trek, oh my God. Why did we make fun of people watching Star Trek? We are monsters. Monsters.
That doesn't make up for it.
I get it. No, I get it. I feel like I have to apologize to everybody, and I want to do it on the show several times, because It's like a big fat philosophy class. I thought it was all like, they're the aliens and we're going to go down and like shoot them with these invisible lasers and like garbage, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, everything you do is thought out. Make it so. I totally get it. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Everyone's listening. All he has to do is say, make it so. It doesn't matter if he was talking to you or not. You have to pay attention. Oh, it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. You know what puts this oiled machine together? Marijuana. Just a guess, folks.
Oh, I mean, of course I'm watching high. I'm doing everything high. But this is amazing. Okay, now besides that, no, I'm not going to buy the DVD because I'll find another way of getting it. But I did watch for the longest time, and you've heard me talk about this on the show, Don't Trust the Bitch in Apartment 23, right? And so Andrea's laughing because that bitch reminds me of her. and it's not a nice thing to say out loud, but I do it every time. And so
she's laughing because you don't want to know what's in Apartment 22.
I know who it is because I've been watching the show too long. But I have that show memorized. And I thought like, and sometimes when I go on Netflix, I'm like, yeah, I'm going just to watch this show again, the entire series, at least 10 times. And I'm like, oh my God, what if it's not here this time? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch the DVD. You better give it back to me. I'm going to write Netflix. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? It's 2 series, the entire thing. And if they take it off Netflix, I'm going to cry. What? Right. Just go buy it.
So I think we can't be clear about nostalgia, right?
Anyway, I'm watching The Next Generation. Oh my God, it's amazing.
I watched one episode. I guess it's the one with who's the famous Star Trek guy? William Shatner. Is that the same one that you're talking about?
No.
Is this before that or
She
after
laughs
that?
at that one. William Shatner was first.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is like a newer version you're watching?
This is the only one I've seen. The Next Generation, I don't know if it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know why we started with that, but...
Can I give you a hint?
Yes.
Just to help you remember?
Yes.
The Next Generation. Okay.
But I don't know if there's like the next. I haven't fully... You know what I mean? Are we in the center or are we at the end?
It doesn't matter. You like it, you like it.
No, but you know what's weird is people... If people hear I'm watching Star Trek and I like it... Their first question, if they also like Star Trek and start getting excited with me, is, so are you now going to get into Star Wars? And I'm like, how's that the same? Because they both have Star.
Right.
Because I've been confusing them all this time and you've been getting mad at me, but now I'm supposed to like Star Wars. That's interesting.
Is Star Search next? All right. So, by the way, speaking of Andrea, let me mention this. Her show, What's Up, A, is on the Keith and the Girl Network, of course. It's in your VIP package. And here's some people commenting. Round of applause. Great first episode. And here's another one. Loved it. Was listening to it walking on the street. I'm sure lots of people thought I was crazy because I was laughing to myself on the sidewalk. Worth it.
Andrea's no fucking joke. We'll be like, so this guy, and she'll be like, first name, last name, and I'm like, okay, is that what we're doing now? Holy shit.
I do notice. I see somebody laughing in New York City, and I just assume you're fucking batshit, and I call up the mental hospital. I try to put these people back. But yes, this is our goal, to make you look crazy, and I think you'll like it. KeithandtheGirl.com/VIP. Of course, it's every show we've ever made throughout all 12 years and all the spin-off shows, and I think you'll like it. Dina, if you want to follow her on Twitter, she's a mess, so you do. At Dina Hashem Says. Dina, Hashem, says.
Now, if you don't know how to spell God's name, oh my God.
And the the website is dinahashem.com.
Do you know how many songs I know with your name in it? Hashem Hushalanu, Hashem Lolavad.
I printed out, of course, your name and your website. I can't throw this away now, religiously. For upcoming shows, you take a look at our website. March Madness at Caroline's on Broadway, Wednesday, March 1st at 7 p.m. The standing room.
Wait, would you like to know something about March Madness?
Yeah.
So that's, what's the date of that again, the first one?
March 1st? It's on Wednesday.
March 1st.
Whatever date that is.
This Wednesday.
Yeah.
So this is a bracket sort of contest. So you're going head-to-head 1 minute against a lot of comedians, right? I want you guys to check out this lineup. It's like the 50 comedians that have been through here, including Andrea Allen. So watch these people go head to head. It's fun, right? Competing in jokes.
And just remember, they took a cab to talk for a minute. Like, that's fun right there as an audience member.
Well, I'm definitely going to be there, but it's going to be very nerve-wracking to know that many people on stage and that you have to like root for one or the other. I'll root for all of you.
I'm bringing in a fake laughter machine.
Nice.
In case that's how they vote. All
right,
right.
in case they have like a laugh machine.
Yeah, in case so some of these places they judge by who laughs the most or claps the most. So I bring in machines.
Nice.
I pipe it in like I'm a football owner.
Are you nervous?
It's I don't know. I don't even know the guy I'm facing. So it's gonna be a minute. It's like hard to be nervous about a minute. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I probably will be.
You got to be ready in case they have a beard, in case they're dressed as your mother. Doesn't seem fair, but all right, good for you. That's it. KeithNegro.com/marathon. Just one more time. Take a look, see what's doing, find out about my yearly stand-up show on the 15th and the marathon immediately after on the 16th.
We'd love to hit our goal by our anniversary, which is literally a week from today. Thank you so much.